New this morning, it's one of the largest volunteer service events in our area.
And joining us this morning to talk about United Way of Southwestern Indiana's Day of Caring, President and CEO Amy Mangold. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me. I always appreciate it.
Absolutely. So let's talk a little bit about what United Way is before we kind of get into the logistics of everything. What exactly do you guys do here in our community?
Well, United Way is an organization that really unites resources that might be money, people, volunteers, businesses, to really help address our community's deepest issues. So we do fundraising, we also bring those volunteers together, and then we invest the money that we raise back into the community in mental health, helping people get jobs, serving our youth, and also building that social capital so that people can really thrive.
And this fundraiser, this breakfast, is a part of that. It just kicks off that event for the entire rest of this year, for sure.
It does.
Tell us about some of the volunteer opportunities folks may not be aware of, if perhaps they're, working in an office, maybe they're a construction worker. There's plenty of flavors of help that you can provide.
Most definitely. I tell you, we've got about 49 different nonprofits that have signed up. And like you mentioned, there's a variety of different projects that people can get involved in. You might want to be inside. So we've got projects where you can help people with different type of office projects. You can also do landscaping. We might have individuals help install smoke detectors and do fire education for the Red Cross. You can read to children at the Easter Seals Rehabilitation Center. You might also be able to help wash vehicles outdoors. If you're an outdoor person and want to be outside, and hopefully we'll have good weather, we're asking for the weather people for that, then maybe you can help wash some vehicles and get some things in order for some of our nonprofits.
And I just love, how many volunteers do you guys normally have? How many spots are typically there? Because this is not a small thing. This is, as mentioned, one of the biggest volunteer events here in our area.
It is. We typically have anywhere from 750 to 1,000 volunteers each year. And this year, we really need your help because we need more than 1,000 volunteers this year. That's how many spots that we have that we want to fill. And we want to send everyone out into the community to do that good work. And it's such a heartwarming day each time that we do this. It's a lot of fun.
Now, over the course of those 30 years, what impact do the volunteer efforts have for some of these nonprofits?
Oh my gosh, it's untold, because not only do people gather that morning and they learn more about what our nonprofits are doing in our community, which is very, very important. These organizations are really working to solve those big community issues, and this is awareness for them as well. So you might find some nonprofits on that opportunities list that you didn't even know exist, and it might really speak to your heart. You might become passionate about that organization and be a longtime supporter of that organization. So not only are we investing more than $100,000 of volunteer labor into the community during Day of Caring, we're also creating those lasting partnerships and relationships that can really benefit both the volunteer and the nonprofit for years to come.
And this is 30 years in the making. So, I think we had some photos as well from the 90s.
Oh my God.
Yes, I think we had some. I sent them to our editor, but September of 1994 was the first day of caring. So, how have you guys seen this evolve in the last 30 years? Because this is a little older than me. But it's pretty awesome to see that 30 years in the making.
I know, and I tell you, Mike Sutton brought Day of Caring to our community.
Oh, there you go.
many years ago. Oh, and I always loved the pictures of the big hair and all of the fashionable things that we wore back then. But I tell you, again, this is a long-lasting impact that we're creating in the community, and we have seen this grow so much over the years. We started with 100 volunteers back in 1994, just a little over 100, and now we've seen that just incrementally grow over the years, and it's just been so much fun because we've seen the participation from the nonprofits grow, and then also the support of the community. We hear people every year say, "Oh, I can't wait for Day of Caring. We can't wait until we can all get together and do something so wonderful throughout the day."
And now, talk to me a little bit about the work that you guys put into making this possible. We talk about the volunteers. But United Way, I mean, this probably takes a lot of planning, a lot of organization. So how do you guys get to the point for September 20th when it is the official day of caring?
Well, and it's keeping those relationships with our nonprofit partners, because again, we've got almost 50 nonprofit partners that we work with. So we're always in communication with them to find out what their needs are, and not only during this day of service, but also throughout the year, so that we can match make individuals who have a heart for service with the nonprofits that need them. And there's a lot of coordination on the nonprofit side as well. When you've got potentially 25 people coming to your organization to help do a project, that's a lot of management. So it might be matchmaking with individuals, making sure that we've got the right people in the spots in order to go to that organization, making sure that they have time to share their mission. They might also want to provide a snack or lunch or something like that. And we're just always building those relationships to keep those volunteers coming back. And then the putting together of the breakfast itself. So during that morning, we will gather everybody at Old National Events Plaza. We'll feed them breakfast. We do a short program. We kick off our campaign, and then we send them out to do good in the community.
Before we wrap up, again, the Day of Caring, September 20th, that's a Friday. I know folks have until August 22nd, though, to sign up. So how can they go about doing that? I know we have a full screen of information, but if you could kind of dive deeper into that.
Of course. Well, we want you to visit unitedwayswi.org. We have a big banner on our homepage. You won't miss it. You'll click on that and get signed up. You can also always give us a call at 422-4100. We've also shared this on social media, and you can get signed up via social media and get linked to our website. And we'd love to have you. We are wanting to make this one of our biggest events ever.
I know you just took over this role as president and CEO earlier this year. You've been with the United Way for several years. Amy Mangold with us today. Congratulations on the 30 years, and best of luck on the Day of Caring coming up.
Thanks so much. Hope
Thank
to see
you.
you all there.
Absolutely. We'll send things over to Griffin Glasscock. Hopefully a nice day of weather.